Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Far From Pro podcast. I am your host, Evan Walsh, and with me is my co-host, Joseph Meyer, and with us is a
special
guest this week. This is my good friend, Will Tschetter, Michigan basketball player. I knew I had to get him on the pod. I knew I had to get him talking. Can I just fill you in on Will Tschetter for those of you listening? He has a pretty crazy story, but for most of you who don't know him, let me fill you in. This is what we like to call the 6'9" menace to society. If you want to have 40 points given to you, you give the ball to Will Tschetter. If you need your cows milked, you give your hands to Will Tschetter. He is a versatile individual. But let's just get it from the best here. Will, how about you introduce yourself to the folks here?
What's up, guys? My name's Will. Like Evan said, I do play basketball at the University of Michigan. I'm a power forward. High school was a great time. You know, we had some good teams. You know, AAU with the Minnesota Heat, Evan himself. I don't think he mentioned that.
There it is. Oh, well, come on now, Will. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. I don't think he mentioned that, but I did play with him, so that's where we met. But yeah.
So, Will, there was one other time we wanted to get you on the pod. And we have to talk about it. And we have to bring you on because I think you know what it is, but we need to ask you about it. I need you to give us the perspective of when Juwan Howard just knocked that Wisconsin coach. I mean, he really, you know, he gave it to him. And I noticed in the video that you were the one that was pulling him back. You were the one that walked him to the locker room. So I got to ask, give me your perspective on that whole thing. Walk me through from your eyes what happened.
Man, you know, we were just going through the lines. You know, we had a few interesting situations like before in the lines this year. You know, we were just going through, you know, there was some words that had been said right before the end of the game. They had called the timeout. We weren't very happy about that. Just kind of, you know, prolonging the L. But yeah, we just went through. I saw a scuffle. I was just kind of in the back. I was like, oh boy. Then all of a sudden, Coach Howard just pops out and he's heated, I saw. So Jason and I just kind of grabbed him. We were trying to calm him down, got him to the locker room. But yeah, overall, that was a crazy about like 24, 48 hours just with all the uncertainty of what was going to happen to him, our team, just everything in general. But it ended up working out in the long run, you know, finished out the year strong. And, you know, we're back on track this offseason.
Way to keep it classy and respectful. Love the answer there. Will, I don't know if Evan has told you, but I am a very big Michigan Wolverines fan. Grew up a Wolverines fan. All the fam went there. And, you know, we got a lot of listeners who are from Wisconsin, so they were talking a lot. They were talking a lot to me after that, you know. Couldn't really take it, you know. They didn't really do as well in the tournament, but you know, we don't need to get into that, right? We don't need to go there.
Wait, they lost to Iowa State, correct?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Iowa State.
Another 11 seed taking them down.
Yeah. I thought Colgate would get them. It didn't.
I'm telling you.
You really hate to see it.
He's a complete menace, bro. Yeah. He's a complete menace.
So tell us about being a D1 basketball player, you know, freshman, right? You know, what's it like?
You know, this year was kind of just an experience with, you know, COVID still kind of being a thing. So we had a lot of difficulty at the beginning of this year with dudes like testing positive and everything. Just being able to like navigate that was, you know, kind of frustrating. School's a lot to balance with, you know, being gone for like weeks at a time during the season. But like overall, like it's amazing to be able to, play basketball for the University of Michigan, attend just at the university. Um, academics are great. All my teammates are super cool. Yeah, just being able to compete in the Big Ten is super decent. So I love it a lot.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Super decent. So, for the people that don't know, you're from Stewartville, Minnesota. And you grew up on a farm. So when I make these farm references, what I'm going to, Will grew up on a farm, and he, it was just funny. The first time I met Will, it was in this little gym in Irondale Elementary. I think it was like an Irondale Elementary School. And he was just this 6'6" farm boy who no one knew. We never heard of him before. Yeah. He didn't have a phone. In 8th grade, he did not have a phone. So we couldn't contact him. He didn't have any social media. And he came in here and just gave everyone buckets. It was bad. It got really bad really fast. And regardless, Will, I want you to tell the people here. So your mom was an All-American in North Dakota. Real stud basketball player. She was a very good basketball player. You also, though, not only that in your family, you got 2 little brothers. I
do.
How was it that not only your mom played basketball, but your brothers, how have they impacted your life growing up, having a huge basketball family? Also, your dad is very supportive and always there. I've seen him at every single one of your games. You got a big basketball family. How did that shape you and form you into who you are today? How did that help you?
Just being able to be around the game for oh, whoops. I just accidentally honked at the person in front of me.
That'll be clipped, folks.
Just being able to, be around the game so much, getting in fights with your little brothers on the basketball courts every day is enjoyable.
Is Henry going to be as good as you, honest? Be honest.
Henry's very solid. Henry's very solid.
What about the youngest? What about the youngest?
Pete is going to be a completely different player. He's about 8 inches shorter than I was when I was his age.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah. Pete has the little shit syndrome, launching from downtown. He's kind of like you.
I used to throw it up there a little bit. Come on now. You're in there, William. You're in there.
Did you,
Man, I remember you trying to dunk the warm-ups, man.
Man, what are we talking about me for? All right, what are we talking about me for? This is an interview with Will.
Have you seen that farm guy on TikTok? It's like the farm hoops guy. That was you, right? That was you before. You started that wave.
Isn't it like LeBron James or something?
Yeah.
Is it that guy? Yeah.
LeBron.
That's what his name is.
LeBron James. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, who is your favorite team to play so far in college basketball? Or no, don't answer that. What is your favorite thing about playing college basketball, and what is one thing you dislike while playing college basketball? That you didn't expect. You never knew this would happen.
Like the most unexpected and the most unexpected dislike?
Yes.
I would say that the most unexpected shoot. There's the obvious ones, just the competition's better, facilities are better, just everything like that. I'd say the most unexpected one is probably the weight room. I was expecting it to be a total burden, but I really just the culture, the weight room, getting in there. I'd say the travel was kind of an unexpected. All the places that we had to go this year. That was pretty sweet. But I would also say that the travel was an unexpected negative as well. Just with, you're getting back at, 3:30, 4 in the morning from, games that were played at, 10. Let's say, we played a game at Nebraska at 9 o'clock Central, got done at almost midnight Central, then a 3-hour flight home. You get home at 3 in the morning, hour drive home from the airport. you're not getting to bed until like 4:30. So I
Well,
would
on the
I
bright
would gotta
side,
say that's kind of
yeah, on the bright side, you won't be tired after a Nebraska game because that's just a goddamn blowout. So,
Okay.
but and if you didn't know that, Joseph actually does attend the University of Nebraska. So, so that's why I make that joke. But
Yeah, that was a dude. That you guys you guys shot
yeah.
like, I swear it was like 90% from three.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
then
It
we
was
got
totally
bored by the
annihilation.
third quarter, and we were just chirping Juwan.
so
Yeah, and he was like laughing at us. And
So
stuff.
give us-
Wait. Were you one of those people behind the bench?
No, I was not the one screaming. I promise.
Oh,
but
okay.
yes, those are the people. I can't remember what they were saying, but they were
Oh,
talking
they-
about his wife and stuff.
Oh yeah,
It was-
they were hilarious. They were calling for like
dude. Our fans.
yeah. They were
chirp.
very
They
funny.
chirp. I just remember that.
So, Will, you in practice every day, you got to be going against Hunter Dickinson every day, right? Like, that's your matchup.
No, Musa was my matchup.
Oh,
Moose.
whoa.
you go.
Musa.
But, I mean, you still, that's like you're usually, though, you run into Hunter a lot. How has that helped you going against such a dominant big guy like him?
Just being able to go up against someone who's that dominant is like, great to just model like your game, like not like model your game, but just take like little bits and pieces from like what you see work for him and just apply it to like things that you want to be able to do. That's huge, especially if somebody does that at such a high level. And just like how he carries himself on the floor is obviously like interesting. So like being able to perform at that high of a level while having that much fun and have that much confidence is definitely something that like obviously a lot of players want to be able to do. So just kind of taking that with me is huge. Coming out of my freshman year. So
I got a question for Will right off the top of that, right off the top here. As we know, Joseph is a diehard Michigan fan, and I tend to give Joseph a lot of crap for being a Michigan fan because,
Ridiculous.
I cheer for the Gophers in the Big Ten and in other schools besides Michigan, so I tend to give Joseph a lot of crap. Why Michigan? Why did you choose Michigan out of all the schools you committed to? Why Michigan?
I just feel like Michigan was, just like the biggest like championship culture with like Coach Howard. Just like everything that he has like envisioned for the program. Joseph knows. I see him nodding his head.
I know. Evan sleeps.
Yep. Sleeper in the Big Ten.
Sleeper in the Big Ten.
Well, it's not a sleeper, but yeah, just with like all the basketball like, history, the culture that we're still trying to build, and just like the best chance to try to chase a national championship, I felt like it was there. And just the people that you're surrounded with are all great dudes and ladies, and I'm very happy with the choice I made.
Yeah, definitely. What's it looking like going forward? What's your plan for next year as of now?
Well, this year I redshirted, so obviously couldn't play.
Yeah.
But going into next year, just competing, trying to find my way on the floor as much as possible, help my team, and just hoping to keep on getting better and build off, our strong finish to this year, and hopefully that translates into next year. And just trying to win as many games as possible and playing our best basketball going into the tourney.
So, Will, the people don't know this. You lived in China for a little bit. How long did you live there again?
Like 2.5 years.
Okay, so you and what grades was that from again? That you were a bit younger, weren't you?
Yeah, it was like 4th and 5th grade.
So, that in itself is different. Not only that, also you living on a farm. What do you do outside of basketball? Everyone knows you as this big 6'9", just stud basketball player. But what don't they know you outside of the court? What are some of your hobbies? What do you love to do?
I'm a big outdoors guy, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Okay.
I love to, fish, I actually ride my bike a lot in Ann Arbor. That's how I get around. I don't have a car.
Could you imagine seeing a 6'9" man on his bike? You probably look like a clown on that thing. A clown.
Let's go.
I ride it in style, big dog. I ride it in style.
Oh, this
Classy on
guy.
the bike.
This guy.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
You don't know.
Oh, my God.
I'm a smooth operator on the bike.
Oh, you seem like a smooth operator in general, big dog. Come on now.
Anyway, we don't have to talk about that. But I would say just I would say just being outside is one of my main hobbies. I like to explore like new like restaurant options a lot. I love going out to eat and eating new foods and stuff like that. So those are two things that I'm definitely have like a large interest in, and things that I do like while I'm at school too.
Damn, I like those hobbies. All right, you know what? Will, this connection, we don't want to take too much time away from you is what we're going to get at here. So I only have one more question for you. I want you to rattle off, because you said you're a big restaurant guy, you love exploring restaurants. I want you to rattle off your top 3 main course entrees at a restaurant. Give me what you're going to get. You sit down, you're at the menu, you can get anything on there. What are your top 3 entrees at restaurants? Ready, go.
From wait, one sec. Is it from any restaurant, or is it just my favorite restaurant? Top 3 things I want to get.
We're gonna ride with top 3, just any food, any course. Doesn't matter what restaurant, any course. Top 3.
All right. I'd probably have to say sushi, shrimp scampi, and probably like a really good piece of salmon.
Big fish guy. That's a big seafood. That's a 3 seafood day for you, Willie. That's a top 3 seafood.
Do they got some nice seafood out there in the state of the Great Lakes over in Michigan?
They do. We eat a lot of seafood. Lots of it.
There you go.
What an interview. For those of you who don't know, it is 10 o'clock at night right now. We are really going. The things we will do for this podcast. Will, we more than appreciate you going out of your way to do this for us. You've been absolutely amazing. You've been a great guest. Joseph, what do you have for William here?
Next year,
here we
when
go.
the Wolverines are putting up that banner, Juwan Howard lifts that trophy. It's gonna be a great
I was
feeling
looking more
for us
towards a
sitting here.
goodbye, a thank you for coming on, and not a goddamn let's get a damn national championship speech. Like, what are we doing here?
But yeah, definitely thanks, bro. It's always great to have college players, and from one of the greatest colleges in the entire world. And so we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
All right, Willie.
Of course. Go blue.
Oh.
Yeah, Evan. That's right.
Let's go.
Blue.
Jesus. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. You guys have a great day.
Peace.